How we doing? Bit of a different one for you today. I've loved maps since I was a kid, and I always stare at maps and I look at the trig points on hills and all the contour lines, and I just love all that kind of stuff. It's always captured me ever since I was before even a teenager. Anyways, I found a website that has all the trig points listed on it in the UK, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to visit all the trig points around here? So that's what we're doing today. This is Trigonumptery. I'll be doing it on my now nearly a year old e-bike. It's a giant Trance E+2 2022 model, 85 Newton meter motor. Now that I'm a disabled person with my shitty ticker, that's what I use most of the time. I still ride unassisted bikes, of course, and accompanying me today is Rob, who usually rides single speed. We both used to ride single speed most of the time. She's on a hardtail. Why do you want a hardtail?
Because it's nice and light and I don't have to work too hard.
Alright.
I didn't think I needed rear suspension.
Yeah.
I
I used to look up to you because you was hard as nails and you could single speed up big hills and everything, and now there you are today, being a lightweight spanker.
Oh, well, I can
What have
easily
you got to say for yourself?
I'm getting old and I'm a lightweight spanker. Isn't this actually open again?
I don't think so, although I have seen lights on.
Because we no longer house the refugees in it.
No, and they lost the trust of everyone after the way they treated everyone with the gym memberships and everything to get the refugees in. So today we're looking at doing 4 or 5 trig points around Elgin, and this will become a regular series. It'll get to the stage where we have to spend a whole day just to get to one trig point as we go further and further out after Europe. The temperature is just above freezing. Now when I came out there was still frost on the ground, but that's just melted. We'll go the long way round. Here. This is what we call the oakwood, also known as quarrelwood and the quarrywood. And the trig points that are in here, there's 2. They're known as Cutty's Hillock, or Cutie's Hillock as I call it because I'm on it. Stop number 1, too warm already. Shed some layers. Okay, we've got now what is imaginatively called the Rooty Climb, which goes from this pond here to the top of the henge in the oakwood. I always thought the henge was a high point, but it's not, otherwise there'd be a trig point on it, eh? This doesn't get used much nowadays. Since the advent of gravel bikes, this is a bit too up and down for them, so they go a different way. And a lot of the trails that we used to ride in these woods are growing over now. It's kind of sad to see. Not enough people riding them anymore. Not even her.
I'm doing my best. I messed that up twice. Not my best.
What took you? Not an e-bike, obviously, eh?
Not an e-bike. And some rather slimy roots that...
Greasy, innit? Half a greasy. Right, this here, this area, is a henge. At least as old as Stonehenge. But it was made out of wood. They found the rotten bits, wood stumps, lined up astrologically like Stonehenge and that is. They tried to keep us out of it for a while, but then the kids stole the wood that was used as fences and made jumps out of them. Okay, trig point number 1, Cutty's Hillock East, and that is 120 metres above sea level. Now obviously this Cutty's Hillock East was built before the forest grew up, because you wouldn't be able to do many theodolite measurements with this. Alright, here we go. This will be the second one at the top here. Cutty's Hillock West at 127 metres. This one does afford us beautiful views over the Moray Firth, Lossiemouth. You can see the lighthouse over there, maybe not on this. And this area here used to be the sea. This is all reclaimed land, known as the Lake of Moray. Originally that land in the distance, and where we're going to go next, Taplock, used to be an island, and this was the sea, open at both ends, and it closed off at various ends over the years. And it became an inland sea, and then eventually it was drained, and all that remains nowadays is Spiny Loch. And I will do a series about that because I love it. And there's stories about, in the distance over there, just beyond Rob's Head, that is Barkhead, stories of Viking ships coming through here all the way along here and back out. And also in Macbeth's time, Duncan's boats came into Spiny, which is along what used to be the coast that way as well. So aye, but unfortunately this way the forest has grown. Well, fortunately, because I love these woods. I love them. Scream if you want to go faster, or just pause if you want to read it. So, just there, under the sun, that's where the last trig point was, and now we're at the bottom of the Lake of Moray. This is what used to be the sea, so it's pretty flat, and we are currently 2 metres above sea level. Down there is basically sea level in that burn. That's all that's left. That drains through the Spiny Canal out into the sea at Lossiemouth over that distance, which is about 6 miles. It drops 2 metres max, maybe only 1 from here. Amazing. Old engineers, eh? In some parts they've got electric pumps to keep this from becoming salt marsh and sea again, but given climate change and rising sea levels, the days of this place are numbered, I reckon. If our children don't see this as being salt marsh or sea again, I reckon our grandchildren will. Yeah, I wouldn't buy a house down here. Oh, nearly, Rob, nearly. Well done. There you go, one of the big cash crops around here is Christmas trees. They grow a field every couple of years and then chop them down in November. They go around and put all the labels on for the shops so you can see where they're going. So this is the brutal climb up to Taplock. It's just kind of a straight up the hill. It's only 86 metres from sea level. I think that's about it. But it's in a straight line, straight up the hill. Well done. Trig point number 3, Tappick, 86 ASL, I think. I presume they're for Forbes McAllen Duncan, rest in peace, sir.
Aye.
Here's the roaster, Tappick. And behind we have Cowsey radio station and the big masts, the Moray Firth. Don't know if you can see it, but over there is Morven. Oh, excuse me, the Pap of Morven. Pretty windy out here, so I was a bit nervous about flying him. But he's done alright. Well done, Hover. And a view from Tappick. Mr. Trump won't like it, but that's the Beatrice wind farm field. There's hundreds of them out there. Never used to be able to see them, but they must have built more closer. It's just hundreds of them.
Did you ever watch, I don't know if it was a film or a series, The Tattooist of Outfits?
Alright, so that's the village of Duffus that we've just come through, and the next trig point is on the other side of the coastal road, next to a RAF Lossiemouth coastal wireless thing. It might be TACAN or VOR or something like that. It's some landing aid for the airfield anyway. It's on the other side of these trees over here, over there. So Duffus is famous for being basically the gatehouse to Gordonstoun School. That's all that happens here in the little village. It's got a hall and a pub. How we doing?
Oh, we're doing grand, yeah. It's actually got a little pizza place as well, apparently.
Is it?
Duffus Pizza.
Alright, yeah. Okay. We're going to go over there. Now, we could go along this lane here and then onto the coastal path and do some uppy downy. But this looks a bit flatter going this way and runs basically parallel to it. And then we'll cut across and double back a little bit. So I'll fancy this way, because I've never done this way. I've been that way a few times, but never been this way. So this wins for now, until we find it's blocked off or something. Alrighty, so this is the back door to Gordonstoun School, the fancy gates, and this is what we call the Green Lane. I dare say all the Gordonstoun students know this is the Green Lane as well. Gordonstoun famous for having posh people and royals. That's where they send their children. King Charles went there, that's where he was educated. And we're going that way. Okay, trig point number 4 is there. However, getting there is going to be a painful trek if at all possible, because of all the gorse. I'll send Rob first. We're in the flight restriction zone of RAF Lossiemouth here as well, so I can't put the drone up and fly it around to show you. So I'll do my best to hack through this now. Oh, cool. Ow, ow, ow. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yay.
That was easier than we
Yeah.
thought.
And trig 4. We'll give you stats on screen in a second, because I've not researched this, apart from where it is. There we go, here's the Moray Firth. Coastal trails at the bottom here. Here's the radio station 1. There's one further down there. And there's a farmer ploughing his field. That's where we've got seagulls and crows up the yin yang. Over there, Cullen Bin in the distance. And you've got Brownmuir. And you've got Benrinnes. And then you've got the wind farm on Carntuish. Not a bad day for January, considering it's February.
We knew what you meant.
Aye.
We did.
Must be about 40 metres, maybe 50 metres above sea level ish. So the trig point's called Burnside. And we are at 73 metres. And if I zoom in, that's Birdcade there. The hills of Sutherland all the way up to Wick, you can see there. And Mr. Trump's favourite bits. So at trig point 4 we've done 2.5 hours, oh get back on, 2.5 hours and 24.5 kilometres, 375 metres of ascent. So next is Lossiemouth, and then we'll go back along the railway track, because the last trig point is not too far from the railway track. That's Spiny, next to Spiny Palace, that overlooks Elgin. It's one that not many folk know about, and yet it's there hiding in plain sight. What you got them?
Oh, delicious bacon and egg roll, brown sauce for the win.
You know, and a healthy salad.
I got the egg.
Oh,
How's it go?
Could you smile, please?
Yeah. So we stopped for lunch at 2019. That's what it's called now. It used to be called a Roma and someone else. Aye, that was quite nice. Bacon and egg roll, side salad, because I'm healthy as fuck. Right, and we would have come along the coast. However, as you can see, the tide's right in. So we skipped the beach and came along the road, which isn't much fun. But we're here, and now it's along the old railway track between Lossiemouth and Elgin up to Spiny, next to Spiny Palace, and that's the last trig point. Hopefully we'll get there before it's dark, because while the food in 2019 was really nice, it did take quite a while.
it took a while.
It took quite a while. Yeah. Old railway line. Taken up in the 60s, I believe. Used to take the fish from Lossie to market wherever. Down at the harbour that you've just seen a minute ago. That's where the station was. So we've got some geese in what's left of the sea. Just over there, that reads, beyond that is Loch Spiny. That's all that's left of the inland sea. It's only a couple of acres now. They be cygnets. I wonder where Mum and Dad is. Maybe they've been kicked out. Okay, so this is the Spiny Canal, and this drains what was the sea. This is the third attempt. There was 2 previous attempts to to drain Loch Spiny, which is just over here. This one was built by Thomas Telford in the 1800s, and it exists to this day, still works. But I will be showing you a little pack rafting adventure along this, if the swans let me, from the middle of the sea to Lossiemouth, and also show you the old attempts to drain Loch Spiny, which ultimately failed because the River Lossie kept flooding it and filling the sea back up again. So every time they drained it, then the Lossie would go and flood, and all this land would fill back up again, and you'd eventually essentially have an inland sea again. That pesky River Lossie. Oh, cheers on that. This is Spiny Palace, ladies and gentlemen. And this used to be on the beach. There we go, this was the coast. Seems impossible to imagine, doesn't it? Waves lapping up on here. Spiny Hill, the last trig point for today. I'll put the height and stuff up for this one, if there's any geeks that are interested. Boop!
Aye.
Okay. And yet again, we're in the flight restriction zone. Easier said than said. Flight restriction zone for RAF Lossiemouth. Just inside it. There's a red circle round here on a map. So I can't fly the drone and show you. So you'll just have to imagine this is a drone flying in and out. Get in, get in,
Oh,
get in.
get in! Yay!
Yay! So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today. Go us. We'll bring you some more sometime soon.
Keep watching.
I can tell that you're on the edge of your seat waiting.
Obviously.
And if it's nicer weather, Roberta will show you a tit so you subscribe.
It's not nice weather, is it?